For this program it's unusual because we actually have to play 3 different horns. The Liszt is written for a natural horn, one of those without valves. The Wagner is written for a valve horn, like this. And the Mahler is actually written for a different type of valve horn, a particular type they had in Vienna at the time. So we've actually got to use 3 different instruments for this. Even though all the pieces are written not far off in date, they were written in different countries where they had different traditions of playing. So everybody had different instruments. So for the Liszt, it's one of those. So this is a natural horn, and I use my lips to make the notes, but I produce extra notes by moving my hand around in the bell. So in this horn, I can take this bit out. That's called a crook, and I can put another bit in. That's the same as that one, only longer. So because it makes the whole horn longer, it makes the whole thing lower. And it also changes the sound. A longer horn sounds more mellow. A shorter horn sounds more bright. So Liszt actually uses that tune in the Liszt comes first in this with this crook, which is the E crook. So, and then later it comes on this long one, the C crook. So it's lower, but you'll hear the difference in sound as well. There's a really different sound. So Liszt knew that as well. Later on in the piece he goes into really high spiky keys for us, A flat and things like that. So that gives a real bright sound. And all his composers in those days knew all about that, you know. It's great. So that tune I've just been playing is actually a horn quartet. It's all 4 horns at once. It's a lovely bit. And in fact all those stop notes lined up, so we all play open notes and stop notes at the same time. It's really worth looking out for. This one, that you have every note, you can make every note sound exactly like every other note, and you can make a really nice big sound on every note, which is great, and that's an ideal from a modern point of view. In Liszt's time it wasn't so much an ideal. The notes there were little expressive notes that had to have a different sound, and you'll find the whole orchestra will play like that, but it's most obvious in the horns because you get that little closed sound. Parsifal is written for a valve horn, and so I was just going to play this bit. And on this, if you tried to play that on one of these, it sounds absolutely awful. At all what Wagner, when he wanted a lovely round beautiful sound, if you play it on one of these it sounds like this. Usually I have to wiggle my hand around there, and every note sounds different from every other note, which in this music doesn't work. So you see that this one completely suits the Liszt and that one completely suits the Wagner. The Wagner, the Parsifal, he likes this lovely, wonderful open sound which you can get on the horn with valves. But when you come to the Mahler, he actually likes both. So although the Mahler is written for a horn with valves like this one, he actually wants to produce that sort of nasal sound. He actually writes it in. It says here, it says gestopft, which means stopped. You're stopping the bell up. And so he actually writes things like this. So you get a bit of that hand stop one, and then So Mahler gets the best of both worlds. He always writes really brilliant horn parts, and it's clear, so you can really hear it. And Wagner is a sort of, I don't know, he's a god of horns, really. He just the orchestral texture. When Mozart or something like that, the orchestral texture is string based. In Wagner, the basic texture of the orchestra is strings and horns. So it's hard work. This is a hard program for us.